Stand, you solemnly swear or affirm testimony you're about to give me the truth.
I do.
Make yourself known.
Tell us your name for the record, please.
Wait a minute, she's got to get
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you hold that. You hold that.
I hold this one?
Yeah.
Okay. Officer Johanna Todd.
Okay. Officer Todd, on January 16th of 2014, did you have an opportunity to respond to an address known as 7125 Tuxedo?
I did.
And was that in the course of your duties as a Detroit police officer?
Yes.
What were you working for Detroit Police that day?
I was working Scout 1032.
And how long have you been with Detroit Police as of that day?
5 years.
Were you working with a partner?
I was.
And as working a scout, you were in uniform and in a marked vehicle, correct?
I was in plain clothes with badge hanging.
All right. And
It's in a semi-marked scout car.
all right. And when you entered, did you enter this Tuxedo residence?
I did.
Was that as a result of a call?
It was.
When you entered, did somebody let you in?
The front door was open when we entered.
All right. And you entered with your partner?
Yes.
Was there other Detroit police officers there at that time?
Yes, there was.
Do you remember how many were there?
There was approximately 4 other officers in addition to my partner and I.
All right. When you entered, did you see any adults that you see in this courtroom today?
Yes.
Who did you see there?
I see the gentleman sitting in the yellow in front of the defense table.
Okay. Identified for the record, Mr. Richardson, Your Honor. Did you see other people?
Yes.
What, were they adults or children?
Children.
How old? Do you know?
The oldest one was 7,
And do
and
you remember his name?
that was Jermaine.
Okay.
If I can refer for the last name,
That's all right.
that was Jermaine Green.
Okay.
Man Green.
I'm sorry,
That
Jermaine.
was
Yes,
a male,
Green.
is that right? A male?
That's correct,
7-year-old?
male, 7-year-old.
Did you see any other children?
Yes, his younger sister,
Okay. And are you able to approximate the age of that child?
4 years old.
And when you were there, was there a body?
Yes, there was.
And where was this body located?
Laying in the bedroom on the floor.
And was it a child's body?
Yes,
Was it plain to you that that child was deceased?
yes,
You say that he was laying on the floor in the bedroom. Is that right?
that is correct.
Where was he laying in relationship to the bed in the bedroom?
Just inside the doorway between the bed and there's a wall with a TV stand.
When you walk into the residence, are there 2 bedrooms?
Yes,
Do you recall the location of this bedroom that you saw the body in relationship to the other bedroom? Is there any way you can describe that for us?
yes, there's a hallway that connects the 2 bedrooms. The bedrooms are off of a dining room. There's a hallway that goes along the side of the dining room with a bathroom in between the 2 bedrooms. So there's a bedroom, a bathroom, and a bedroom.
Okay, and was this the first bedroom that you hit off the dining room or the second one?
It's the first one.
And you said there was a TV in there?
Yes.
Did you hear where the children that you saw, the 4-year-old child, female child in particular, did she make any statements that you heard?
Yes.
And did she appear to be excited or upset when she was making statements?
She was very excited.
In what way? Can you tell us?
Very nervous, upset, but not fully comprehending what was happening around her.
Okay. Do you remember if she was crying?
Not crying.
Okay. But
It-
what makes you call her nervous and upset? Can you describe it?
She was very anxious.
In what way? I mean,
Um,
I understand that you're summarizing her. What did you
Okay.
see that made you come to that conclusion?
She was asking me a lot of questions. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Where's Junior? Those kinds of questions. And she made statements to the effect, I shot Junior. I'm sorry.
The objection versus yours.
Right, and I would say that, I would argue that it's an excited utterance under the circumstances.
I'm going to take a little of this just so I see where we're going here, but I understand your concern.
Should I continue?
Just the one point, Your Honor, is that this child was being questioned by the police. This child.
I got you. I just want to see where we're going here. Right now, I've got a youngster who's simply asking questions.
Yeah. Were you asking her questions, or was it some other way that this was happening?
All right. Well, she started asking questions first. What's going on? Why is everybody here? And I asked her then, what happened?
Okay. And did she continue to be upset and excited when she was answering this, when she was talking to you?
Yes.
Okay. And did you ask her any more than what's happened?
Yes, I asked her what happened, and she responded, I shot Junior dead.
Again, same objection.
Objection's duly noted. Now we've got a problem. Do I have a hearsay exception, and what would be the exception?
Well, it would be her state of mind. I shot Junior dead. It's not going to the truth of the matter. It's her state of mind that she shot him dead.
I'll take it for that limited purpose.
All right.
Your Honor, just for the record, I don't think the child's state of mind at that point is relevant to any issue.
I understand what your concern is, and we'll see how this is all going to pull together.
Did you see a gun there?
Yes,
Where did you see a gun?
in the basement.
All right. Now, how did it come about that somebody went to the basement to recover a gun?
I went to the basement before I talked to the girl. When we arrive at a location that there's a shooting, we have an obligation to find out whether or not there's additional victims in the house, additional suspects that may still be unaccounted for. And so we need to do just a real quick search of the house and residence to find out if there's anybody else inside of the house. When I came into the kitchen area, another officer was questioning Mr. Richardson about what had occurred. Based upon what Mr. Richardson replied to that officer, I went to the basement with my partner.
Now, Mr. Richardson, in your report it says Mr. Benjamin. Is that?
That was a mistake. That's his middle name.
All right, so his middle name is Benjamin, and in your report you said Benjamin, but you meant to say Mr. Richardson?
I meant to say Mr.
All
Richardson.
right. The person you heard tell where this gun is, do you see him in court?
Yes.
Well, I'm going to object to that characterization. I don't think there's been any.
I'm not sure you even have that
right.
standing. If Ms. Reed's witness,
All right.
Mr. Reed's client.
Let me see. When you heard somebody talking to the person who you called Mr. Benjamin in your report, but you identify as who?
Mr. Richardson.
And Mr. Richardson, the person you see in court, or somebody else?
Yes.
And you heard Mr. Richardson say what?
That
I'm taking it only as to him. I'm not taking it as it applies to your client, Ms. Memory.
Your Honor, at this point, I don't know if Mr. Richardson was in custody.
Well, I
been Mirandized.
understand, although he certainly wasn't at a police station, was he?
I know, I understand that, but there was a house full of police officers, armed, I'm sure.
I give you, but ask the simple, was there anyone under arrest at that?
Was anyone under arrest, handcuffed, or
No, I did not see him in handcuffs.
did you put him under arrest?
No, I was not directly having contact with him.
All right. Did you see, what officer do you recall having contact with him?
I believe it was Officer Blanding.
All right. Did you see Officer Blanding place him in cuffs?
Not at that time.
Did he have a weapon drawn?
No, not as I recall.
Did anybody in your presence have any weapons drawn?
I don't recall if anybody did.
All right. Where was Mr. Richardson when he was talking to Officer Blanding?
In the kitchen.
Okay. Was he sitting, standing, or what in the kitchen?
He was kind of half sitting. I think there was a stack of milk crates that he was sort of leaned up against.
Was he in any way restrained in the kitchen against these milk crates?
No.
All right. You heard him make some statements to Officer Blanding, is that right?
Correct.
And what did you hear him tell Officer Blanding?
I'll tell you.
that the gun was in the basement under the stairs.
Okay. And do you remember if he told Officer Blanding how that gun got in the basement and under the stairs?
I didn't hear that part at that time.
All right. Do you recall if there was any, do you recall seeing the gun?
Yes.
Do you recall if the gun had any kind of safety on it of any kind?
No.
No what? You don't recall or no it did
I don't
not?
recall.
All right.
I didn't handle the weapon at all.
All right. Was it handled in your presence?
Yes, my partner retrieved it from under the stairs.
And did you see if your partner did anything with regard to making it safe?
I know that he removed the magazines.
He did remove the magazines. So there were magazines in it?
Yes.
All right. Did you see that
I
happen?
take it that it's a handgun then?
No, sir.
Right, I shouldn't assume that.
No, it was a rifle.
It was, okay, thank you.
Can you describe what it looked like for the board?
It was a long black handgun, and it had 2 banana clips that were taped together. So when the one banana clip runs out, you flip it over and you can reload it real fast without dropping the magazine.
Are you familiar with what kind of gun it is in your training?
I know it's a rifle. I don't know specifics about it.
Okay. And you saw in your presence your partner retrieve these magazines out of it?
Yes.
All right. Did it have anything on it that would prevent this gun from being fired that you saw?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right. I have nothing further.
I have no questions, thank you.
No questions, Your Honor.
Thank you, Officer.
You can have Officer Shea.
Sure.
Shea, Scott Shea.
Shay?
Now, my position is when a witness is finished, they're welcome to stay, they're welcome to leave. We're not asking them to stay around the building or anything of that nature.
I'm not concerned whether they leave the building or not. I'm concerned if they stay in the courtroom
Oh, I
and
may
they're gonna
I may have
testify.
misspoke. Yes, they're excused from the courtroom, but they're free to leave.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
He took your time statement. Oh.
Give your name to record.
Yep. My first name is Scott. Last name is Shea, S-H-E-A.
Let me have this up there.
Solemnly swear or affirm testimony about to give you.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Make sure. Now, you get 2 microphones, that one's for the court reporter and that other one's for the courtroom, so you gotta. That should do it. Let's
Okay.
see how it goes.
All right, tell me your name.
Scott Shea,
And how are you employed?
City of Detroit Police Department,
How long have you been with the city of Detroit?
almost 18 years.
How long have you been, where are you assigned?
Homicide,
How long have you been with homicide?
almost 8.5 years.
And Officer Shea, did you have an opportunity to talk over at the homicide unit with somebody who became known to you as Robert Richardson?
Yes, I did.
Do you see Mr. Richardson in court today?
I do.
And where is he seated?
He's sitting at the defense counsel table, wearing a yellow Wayne County Jail prisoner outfit.
Okay, where were you when you talked to Mr. Richardson?
I was at our headquarters, located at 1301 3rd Street.
Would it be fair to say you were in an interrogation room?
Yes,
Okay, and would it be, and that's there's video in that interrogation room, is that correct?
That room is recorded as well, correct?
All right, and before you talked to Mr. Richardson over there, did you advise him of anything?
I did.
What did you advise him of?
I advised him of his constitutional rights.
And how did you do that, sir?
The city of Detroit has a pre-printed form out advising people of their constitutional rights. It's typed out. I had Mr. Richardson read his rights aloud, and if he understood his rights, I had him initial by each constitutional right. That was actually on the paper.
All right, and sir, did you get some information from Mr. Richardson before you did that about whether he was able to read and write?
Correct.
Did you add, what did he tell you about that?
He said he was able to. I don't recall how far in school he said he went.
All right.
And then I did ask him if he was under the influence of drugs or alcohol and all that other stuff.
All right, sir, I'm going to show you what's been marked as People's Proposed Exhibit number 3. The first page of this, does it refresh your recollection about what he told you about his educational background and whether or not he was under the influence of alcohol and drugs at that time?
Yes, it does.
What does it tell you? How does it refresh your recollection?
Because it's what he told me,
All right, and what did he tell you, sir?
that he did read his constitutional rights, he understood them, he was not under the influence of drugs or alcohol, and he obtained his GED.
All right, and did he place his initials again, besides each and every one of the rights?
Correct, and then he signed the form as well, and then so did I.
All right. Do you recall what time and what date you and Mr. Richardson signed the constitutional rights form?
I don't recall off the top of my head what day and time it was.
All right, I report to you as witness, Your Honor.
It was January 16th, 2014 at approximately 7:03 p.m.
All right, and then you proceeded to take over written and oral statement from Mr. Richardson, is that correct?
Yes, after we went over, first thing we did was go over his rights. Then I spoke with Mr. Richardson, and then from there, I put everything down in question and answer form.
All right, but you wrote it out, but it also was recorded, is that right?
That's correct.
I'm going to show you, this isn't marked, but is this a download of what would have been taken from the recording equipment over there at headquarters?
Yes,
Okay, and it's on, the original's on an evidence tape number, is that right?
that is correct.
All right. Your Honor, at this time, I would ask for, I'm going to ask Officer Shea to read into the record the statement from Mr. Richardson, which would be part of People's Proposed Exhibit number 3, but first I'd yield for Gordio with regard to his constitutional rights and voluntariness.
Let me ask you, you're offering this,
Against Mr.
I'm going to
Richardson
assume
only.
it's not exculpatory, so let's assume it's an inculpatory statement. You're offering it only as it relates to Mr. Richardson?
Only as to Mr. Richardson, yes, Your
So
Honor.
do we understand that? So I'll look to Ms. Reed. Do you have any objection?
Your Honor, I would reserve my objections until and if this matter gets into the
All right.
All right. All right. I'm going to show Ms. Reed what is marked as People's Proposed Exhibit number 3. Ask her if she has any objection to its admission at this time.
I'm reserved.
But but just, I suppose she just wants you, you've seen
Oh,
this?
I've seen it. I have a copy of it.
Okay, great.
Yes.
All right.
It'll be received.
Thank you. Officer Shea, you said that you wrote these things out in question and answer format. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Do you have a copy right there?
I do now.
Okay, thank you. Can you tell us the questions and answers that you asked Mr. Richardson?
I could. Would you like me to?
I would enjoy that. I would
Sure.
appreciate it, Mr. Officer Shea. Thank you.
Okay. Question, sir, did we go over your constitutional rights tonight? Answer, yeah. Question, do you understand your rights? Answer, yeah, I understand them. Question, can you tell me how Jamil got shot? Answer, I was at home. It was me, Patricia, her husband Harvey, and the 3 kids, Jamil, Janicia, and Jermaine. Patricia asked me if I could watch the kids while she and Harvey ran an errand. There is only one TV in the house that works, and that's in Patricia's room. I made myself a sandwich, then went into Patricia's room to watch TV. All 3 kids were watching TV. All 3 kids were watching TV. Jermaine at some point went into the front room to lay down. At first, the kids, Junior and Janicia, were on the bed watching TV. Then they ended up on the floor.
And that's the end of the first page, is
That
that
is
right?
correct.
And is there a signature at the bottom?
That it is, and it's also dated and timed as well.
Okay. Did somebody place their signature on there in your presence?
Mr. Richardson did.
And what was the date and time, sir?
1/16/2014 at 8:53 p.m.
All right, and where it says, she and Harvey went to run, that's supposed to say errand?
I meant to say errand. They went to run an errand.
They didn't go to an arraignment?
No.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. All right. And page 2.
Page 2. Question, please continue. Answer. They were playing on the floor. I told them to get back on the bed. Janicia got up first, and Junior was behind her. The next thing, I hear a pop. Junior slumped to where I was, and he collapsed. Stumbled to where I was, and he collapsed. I lifted up his shirt and saw a hole. I immediately called Patricia, then I called 911. The police were at my house first. Question, who lives with you on Tuxedo? Answer, it's my place, so me, Patricia, and Harvey. Question, how do you know Patricia? Answer, we used to be married. Question, how long have Patricia and Harvey been living with you? Answer, a month. Question, why? Answer, they had to move, plus I needed someone to stay with me. Question, why do you need someone to stay with you? Answer, because I'm very sick. I have liver cancer. The VA hospital wants someone to look after me. Question, who is Junior? Page 3. Answer, that's Jamil. Question, what time did Junior get to your house? Excuse me. Answer, he came over Wednesday night. Question, what about the 2 other kids? When did they get there? Answer, today about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Question, who brought Janicia and Jermaine to your house? Answer, I don't know, a friend of their mother's. Question, how long have you lived on Tuxedo? Answer, like 6 to 7 years, but I've got back there maybe 4 months ago. Question, do you have any weapons at the house? Answer, no. Question, explain how the weapon got into your house then. Answer, I don't know. Question, describe this weapon you saw in Patricia's room. Answer, a rifle. Question, when did you first see or notice the rifle? Answer, something like 3 or 4 days ago, maybe 5 days. Question, where in the room was the rifle? Page 4. Answer, on the floor next to the bed near the wall. Between the bed and the wall, and in parentheses I had, but right next to the bed. Question, how did you first observe the rifle? Explain, please. Answer, I was in Patricia's room. Her and Harvey were playing cards. I was sitting in the chair watching TV. I looked on the side of the bed, and that's when I saw the rifle. Question, did you ever say anything to Patricia or Harvey about this rifle? Answer, no. Question, did Patricia or Harvey tell you they were bringing a rifle into your house? Answer, no. Question, did you see either child today go near the rifle? Answer, no, I did not. Question, where were you sitting on the bed when you heard the pop? Answer, I was sitting at the corner of the bed toward the end near the door. Question, did you see the rifle on the floor today? Answer, yes, after I heard the pop, before the police arrived. Question, did you observe either child go near or touch the rifle? Page 5, excuse me. Answer, no, I did not. Question, do you wish to add anything to your statement? Answer, no, that's it. Question, did you read over your statement tonight? Answer, yes, I read it. Question, is everything you told me been the truth? Answer, yes, honest to God.
And we mentioned that it was signed on the first 2 pages. Was it signed on each of the 5 pages?
Yes, each page is signed by Mr. Richardson and then timed and dated. Actually, I wrote the time and date in myself, but that was the time the interview concluded.
Okay, and so the interview, the Advice of Rights indicates 7:03, and the interview time that you wrote as the conclusion time was 8:53 p.m. Is that right?
That's correct.
All right. Your Honor, I'm moving for admission of People's Exhibit number 3, and I have no further questions of Officer Shine.
I'll receive it.
I have no questions.
Thank you, Officer.
Thank you, Judge. I'll give you, what do you want?
Okay, Bowser. Could we start with Bowser? Yes. It's a prisoner. It's 12.
You're all set? Officer, if you would come up, then I guess, give your name to my reporter.
Yes, sir. Brian, with an I. Bowser,
And raise your right hand. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony about to give this truth.
Yes, sir.
Make yourself comfortable. I made the assumption that you're being an officer, but I don't know if that's.
Yes, sir.
We'll find out.
Sergeant Bowser?
Yes, ma'am.
You're gonna need to bring that, you got the one mic is for the court reporter, so hang on
I
to that.
gotcha.
That's so she can record your
Okay.
testimony. The other one's gotta swing around so that I can hear you. Thank you.
Sergeant Bowser?
Yes, ma'am.
You employed with anybody?
City of Detroit.
How long?
I'm in my 18th year now.
And how long you're assigned to homicide, correct?
Correct.
And how long you been with homicide?
I'm in my 6th year.
All right. Sir, as part of your duties with the homicide section, did you go to an address known as 7125 Tuxedo on or about January 15th, 2014?
I did.